Okay, roasting is all done, and what you'll see here, let me turn this around, sorry about that, is 3 levels of roast. And what these 3 levels are is city, here on the left. Notice how the beans are smaller and lighter, and they're smaller because they haven't kept swelling up with additional cooking. That's just getting through that first crack I showed you, and pretty much stopping it at that point. And that's you're roasting the bean so it's grindable and edible, drinkable, but you've still left a lot of the origin flavor of the bean in there. Next one you'd call city plus to full city. That's you've gone another 5 minutes or so. You've finished that first crack like this one, and you've moved into the second crack after another 5 minutes. But about halfway through the second crack, you stop it. What that's done, it's swelled the beans up a little bit more, cooked it a little bit more, gave it a little more body, but started taking away from the bean origin flavor and start replacing it with roast flavor. And now here, you'd call this a full city plus, where I've almost got just all the way through second crack. And notice the beans are a little, again, they're darker, heading into a little bit of blackness. But now what Starbucks does is they would take this roast and go about another full 5 minutes. And if you've ever looked in any of their hoppers, their beans are like completely jet black and covered with oil. And remember the video earlier, the beans looked oily, but they dried out. While the Starbucks, they roast them so much more that a lot of the oils coming out of there is also the flavor of the bean coming out and evaporating, so turning it into almost a wood. And that's good for espresso. Not so good for normal coffee, in my opinion. It just gives it that burnt flavor. So anyway, this is my morning coffee. This is a Colombian for any time, during the day or whatever, which is it's kind of a special Colombian. This here is an Ethiopian. And what it does, a lot of the Ethiopian and African coffees have very distinct flavors. This one, as a matter of fact, right now I can smell, even though it hasn't set, it'll be much better after it sits for a couple of days. But right now I can smell, it's like a blueberry jam with a couple drops of lemon in it. And just delightful afternoon coffee. Now you know. That's the whole story.